I'm Reverend Scott Ritchie. I'm one of the co-founders. There's 4 of us that created the Justa Center in December of 2006. The Justa Center is unique. It's the only thing in the United States that cares for now the largest and fastest growing group of homeless, which is our older adults. When I go around and talk about the Justa Center and the men and women that are here, one of the things that I hear, or the top reason people give me, when I ask them, why do you think older people are homeless? They say to me, because they've chosen it. We've had over 5,000 people walk through our door. We have yet to find anyone in their right mind who has chosen to be homeless.
People ask me, how did you get to be homeless? You know, it's not something you plan. You know, you don't just sit there and say, I'm 57, it's time to move to Phoenix and be homeless.
I came upon hard times because of the economy mainly. Lost my job and couldn't pay the rent, so now I'm homeless.
Anybody is just a paycheck away from being in my situation. I never thought I'd be here. And so, you know, there for the grace of God go I.
Here at Justa, we have 40% of our elderly are homeless veterans. And by them being a part of the military, they have a simple structure where they're taking care of housing, food, and clothing. But once they come to the civilian sector, they don't have these things to fall back on. Uncle Sam asked them, or they even volunteered to go and serve their country and provided these things, but once they're done, they come back and they don't find the economic resources that they need to be able to sustain themselves, meaning jobs, housing and roofs over their head. And as with any military veteran, anybody that's done military service, once you go in the military, you have a job. It's a constant thing, but once you come out of the military, you're not guaranteed a job. You're not guaranteed health benefits. You're not guaranteed social counseling or psychiatric help for post-traumatic stress disorders. You're not guaranteed any of these things. And if you're not ahead of the curve in that way, you wind up falling to the wayside. Thus our 40% of homeless veterans that we deal with here at the Justa Center.
If you become homeless, it is so difficult to get out. I mean, it is incredibly difficult. You have to be steadfast, you have to be courageous, you have to be patient, you have to be persistent to get out of this. This is a really difficult situation.
But it is hard, simply because I'm on parole and I'm 60 years old. That's 2 strikes against you right there.
When you become a senior citizen, and you get down on your luck, you know, it would be a disaster to be out there and not to have nowhere to go.
The Justa Center is not a shelter. The Justa Center is a resource center. We're here to help people get the things that they need so that they can get into housing and get off the street. That's what Justa Center does. That's our job. We help people get out of homelessness.
For the homeless, they come here and want to get on their own. And we help them to get on their own by giving them starter kits, like pillows, blankets, toilet paper, utilities, spoons, forks, paper towel, coffee makers, and if they need something special and we got it, we'll give it to them. I know we have a lady leaving today.
I will be like the phoenix and rise again, and it'll just be another expression of the same person. You know, I'm excited. I'm moving into my apartment today.
Since the Justa Center opened in 2006, we've averaged about a person a day out of homelessness. In the past year, over 360 people have moved into appropriate and safe housing.
The process is, you know, we'll get all our paperwork taken care of. I'll help them fill out the application and, you know, help them turn it in and get all their documentation in for the apartment. And once we've done that, there may be a small waiting list. And so that feels like it's, you know, let's hurry up and wait. And then while we're waiting, then one day we'll get a phone call, hey, you know, Mr. or Mrs. such and such is ready to move in, the unit is available for them. So now, then it's hurry up and go.
One of the biggest issues that homeless folks have, and people that aren't homeless have no idea that this is such a big thing, is having ID. You can do nothing without ID. You can't get a job. You can't apply for food stamps and access. You can't apply for your Social Security. You can't even get your Social Security card if you don't have ID.
And then what we try to do is, once we've created a safe place and we've built some trust and we're able to manage that, then we begin the process of collecting documentation, birth certificates and IDs. Sounds really simple, but sometimes it's difficult. If a person has had a stroke or has memory loss, they may not remember their mother's maiden name, which is the key component to getting a birth certificate. Once we're able to do that, however, then the next phase is to find a revenue source. And so we bring folks in to help us with earned benefits, whether that's Social Security, a VA benefit, your own pension, anything, employment, anything that we can do to find a revenue source to come in.
Another thing that's hard for homeless folks is not having an address. We've had several folks that we've tried to help with Social Security who have told me, I applied and I haven't heard anything. Well, then when we go in and we check into it a little more, we find out that the reason they haven't heard anything is because they aren't staying put in the same place, they don't have an address, and if mail is returned, they'll close the case and nothing else happens with it. So here at Justa Center, we allow them to use this address, which allows them with food stamps and access, Social Security, family members. It's someplace where their families can contact them.
So what we try to do first and foremost here at the Justa Center is to provide a safe place, a place of dignity, a place of respect. We do some very simple things, but important things. First and foremost, a place where you can get clean. You're able to take a shower and shave, have deodorant, those kind of things. We provide coffee every morning. We have newspapers that are available. We provide internet access, because today you cannot get a job without having an email address, so that's crucial. Plus it connects with your email and Facebook, so you stay connected. One of the crucial pieces you sometimes forget to think about is having a locker to be able to store your stuff. Because of the violence towards older adults in this community, to be able to put your stuff away and to keep it safe, the violence has decreased immensely. We have a library, because there's some waiting times, so people have a chance to read and reflect. Every noon we have a nutritious meal, so for folks that are suffering with diabetes, they're at least getting vegetables and proteins and not just complex carbohydrates. We have laundry facility, which is key of keeping your clothes clean. And so the nice part about that is somebody does your own laundry for you, and if you're nice to them, they'll even fold it for you. So that even makes it a nice little benefit. Several years ago, the community came to me and said that they would like to have a registered nurse to do some very simple things, some blood pressure checks, to check their diabetes, also just to kind of oversee what kind of medications and what medications they're taking. This has become crucial because our 911 calls have gone to zero. We're able now to have a nurse that's able to monitor and access and determine what's going on with a particular person. It's been crucial. 3 months ago, we were able to secure a person that comes out of the Veterans Administration after 23 years. So she has a VA connection as well as a psych background. So she's a psych nurse as well as an RN. This has become huge as our community changes and as we get older.
I think one of the things that here at the Justa Center we're able to do is when people come through our doors, they're usually greeted with a smile. We try to have a positive attitude so that when they come in here, they know that somebody cares. They know that they're coming in somewhere where they can get the help that they need.
I'm here as a navigation specialist to help these people manage the bureaucracies that they are involved in on a day-to-day basis. The most important thing I think I do is give people hope that we can find a solution and that someone is going to walk beside them through the process so that they can get to the other side, find employment, find shelter, and understand that there are people in the world that don't want to see them on the streets without a life and without meaningful work.
They really can, with just a hand up, they will be able to maintain their own living. And all of us know what that means, the dignity that we feel.
But when I came to the Justa Center, they start helping you build back a little bit of your dignity, give it a little bit of it back, a little bit of peace, a little bit of hope. That's all you, and you know, I mean, people can't ask for more than that.
You're not just a number or a name here. It's a blessing to me.
If I didn't have this as a resource, I couldn't fathom this day. I really couldn't.
I love this place. I don't know what I'd do without this place.
It's home, it really is. You come in the door and everybody welcomes you. They know how you feel, they really do.
If we talk about funding here at Justa Center, it's not a well-known fact, but Justa Center receives no state aid, county aid, or city aid. But basically, this center is run strictly on donation. If there's a critical time in funding, it is during the summer. And so I guess you could say, every penny counts.
It's men and women like Mr. Brown that the Justa Center exists. It's our older adults, our grandparents, many of them who are combat vets who have served this country honorably and well. Because of your support and your ongoing support, we're able to help a person a day out of homelessness. Mr. Brown and the 125 other people that we see a day will be able to get their documentation, a revenue source, and appropriate and safe housing. Thank you so much for your support. We ask that you continue to support us because we do expect miracles to happen.